Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video, we are going to be asking ChatGPT, an AI, what is the best money-making methods in Grand Theft Auto Online? Then we're going to be doing what it says, so I'm actually quite excited for this. Let's get straight into it. Imagine you're a newer player entering the nasty world of Grand Theft Auto Online, where finding advice can be very challenging, especially with how many money-making methods there are out there from so many different YouTube channels. This is the best money-making method, this is what you need to buy, no, this is what you need to buy. In every update there's changes and different ways of making money and variations. Let's say, you know what, screw all the YouTubers, I want to ask AI what it thinks is the best way of making money. Well, that's exactly what we're doing. So the first question I asked ChatGPT is, what are the best money-making methods hourly in Grand Theft Auto Online? It started off by saying the most profitable heists are the Pacific Standard Job, the Doomsday Heist, and the Diamond Casino Heist. Interesting. Where's the Cayo Perico Heist? Okay, well we got Motorcycle Club, gun running, import-export, VIP work, nightclubs, contact missions, and time trials. These aren't awful responses, but let's scroll down a bit. I wanted a more clear response. So I said, I want to make the most money, which method should I use? And now we started to get a better response. This time it said, you should do the Diamond Casino Heist and the Cayo Perico Heist. And there you go. That's what I was hoping. At this point, we're starting to make it somewhere. We've got the Cayo Perico Heist listed, which means it's only a matter of time before the AI picks up on the Cayo Perico Heist and says, this is the best money-making method. And that's exactly what it starts to do when I ask it the next question. I'm a solo player. What is the most efficient and best money-making method for a solo player? And boom! Long live the Diamond Casino Heist. The Cayo Perico goes right into the #1 slot and is now the best money-making method, at least by the AI. So I ask it a follow-up question, what is the hourly income of doing the Cayo Perico Heist? And it says a very nice 500,000 to 1 million, which is actually right on point, because I should add that we are making about $1.6 to $1.8 million every Cayo Perico Heist, depending on what difficulty you're doing it on and how fast you're doing it. And if we divide that by about the 3 or so hours it takes to do the whole heist with the cooldown added in, that means that, yeah, you're making about $600,000 to $700,000 every hour, just about on point to what the game said. So once again, pretty accurate. I gotta be completely honest. I'm impressed with how accurate the AI is so far. So the next question I asked was about the setups, and also I asked another question later on about how I should gather intel. Now for the setups, it said the first vehicle I should use on approach vehicle is the Kosatka. It said you should also use this vehicle because of the fact it can fast travel, which is absolutely correct, and I'm very surprised the AI said this, because later on I also asked the AI, okay, I'm a newer player. What is the best vehicle as a newer player that I should use? It listed the Body 801. It listed a lot of vehicles that I really wouldn't normally suggest to use because of the fact that obviously the Body 801 doesn't really have a lot of armor. It's not a bad choice, but it's also not necessarily a good choice. So I started off, as I said, by asking what is the best vehicle, and then I went more towards, okay, what's the best armored vehicle? And then it said the armored Kuruma, if you've got a decent budget. I asked it a budget of 600,000. It listed the armored Kuruma as the best choice. It also said the Baller LE armored is decent and the Shafter V12 armored. Actually, not bad shouts. Like the Baller LE, yeah, pretty mid, but the Shafter V12 armored, very good. Same for the armored Kuruma, obviously. I am a bit disappointed, however, with the option it told me to use for the armored vehicles, because I was kind of hoping it would say the Duco Death. It's a free vehicle, and I was expecting it, especially as me asking for a newer player, why it wouldn't use the Duco Death. So that's one thing I will say the AI messed up on, was not telling me to use the Duco Death. Alright, we've got out our armored Kuruma, as the game said to, after swimming for about 5 minutes, and we're on our way over to Grapeseed to get into the Valium. When asking the AI about gathering intel, the second thing it says after we have started the gather intel mission is we are going to steal a Valium that the game has given us to require. So not too bad so far. it's right on point. I mean, it hasn't been the most thorough with instructions, but it did tell me to take the Valium, and it says we will be flown to a party on the island. So, not wrong so far. However, I should point out that you're only taken to a party the first time you go to Cayo Perico. Once you redo the heist like I'm doing here, you obviously are able to just keep on gathering intel over and over, and you don't have a cutscene with El Rubio. So that is something I should point out. But at this point, it's pretty easy, and we're moving on to step 3, which the game says, scope out the island. Once you're free to roam the island, your primary goal is to scope out various points of interest. Key areas to scope include a primary target, find the location of the primary target inside El Rubio's compound, look for a safe or display case containing valuable items. Infiltration and escape points, locate potential entry and exit points such as the drainage tunnel, main gate, north wall, main dock, and north dock. It also tells me to look for secondary targets, it tells me stealth and exploration, and then finally to return to Los Santos. Honestly, all of those points are right on the head. It doesn't tell me how to drive through the island, but obviously that's something an AI can't really tell me. It can't like be descriptive and say, well, you gotta follow the road and then make a sharp left when you see the first AI. I mean, that's not easy to really explain, you know what I mean? So honestly, I'm very impressed with how the AI has told me what to do so far. It's been absolutely right on what to scope out, how to scope out, the targets, the primary target, what I should be looking for, the fact I should be doing this stealthy. All absolutely correct. I'm very impressed. We've made our way to the signal box, which is obviously what the game tells us to do, so you shouldn't need ChatGPT for this. Now, one thing I should point out is that it would have been nice if ChatGPT listed that if there is no guard at the bottom of the communications tower, it is guaranteed that the box will always be at the bottom. Unfortunately, it didn't say that, but should still be fine. I mean, this is pretty easy. Let's get this and finish it off. That was one of the easiest number additions I've had to do in a while. But, alright, that's pretty easy. We've already gotten the first part, which is to grab our communications box. Now we're going to do what the game tells us and scope out the island. But, obviously, we're going to take a look at what our main target is, because that was on the list. Your primary goal is to scope out various points. Primary target is the number one it said to do. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Oh, there you go. We got, no, that's lame. We got Sin Samito Tequila, which is kind of lame. All right, well, let's take a look at what else we can see. A secondary target cache. I'm not seeing anything in the office here. All right, let's take a look at the other office cam. Nope, nothing here. All right, well, that's a bit unfortunate. So there's no paintings that we were able to scope on the phone. So now it says to look for infiltration and escape points. Obviously, as a newer player, especially if this is your first time attempting the heist, that's very important. You can search main gate, north wall, main dock, everything like that on YouTube after it tells you what they are, and find them. It also says look for secondary targets. Search the island for secondary targets like gold, cash, drugs, coke. Make sure to take photos of these targets using your phone's camera so they're marked on the map. Okay. Well, let's do that really quick. Let's make our way to the most important areas, like, obviously, main dock. We got north dock. Okay, we have weed, and I can't tell if that's cash or coke. I think that's cash. It definitely is cash. Now, this is the main area we're going to try and exit through if we can. Main dock is by far the easiest due to the fact that it's right from where we're going to be leaving with the approach vehicle it's telling me to use. So main dock is the main targets we're looking at. We've got weed and cash so far. There's one other spawn we can look at, and unfortunately, if we can't fill our bag with the spawn, we're going to be out of luck. Ooh, it looks like another cash spawn, which means we should be able to fill our bag. So in total, we're going to have 2 cash and a weed. Unfortunately, it's not coke, but it still gets the job done. So there you have it. We have scoped out Cayo Perico. Now, the game does not tell me that there's faster ways to leave the island. All it tells me to do is to go back to the plane and leave. So we're going to do exactly what it tells me. We're going to leave by taking the plane. It's a lot faster if you do it the way I do, which is just going into the pause menu, going to a new invite-only lobby. However, we're doing it the game once, so here we are, off in the plane. Alright, we have made it back, and let's see what it tells me to do. So I said, what are the best options for the prep work when it comes to doing the heist? And it gave me a bunch of options. It just listed all of them. Then I asked a more specific question. I'm not sure which options I should pick. I'm new. Can you pick the options for me as a solo player? It said, certainly, as a solo player, I would recommend to start off with the approach vehicle being the Kosatka. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to make our way over to the Merryweather test site. Now, once again, it says, choose the Kosatka for its fast travel capabilities and the ability to start the heist from underwater. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get right into the driver's seat, and we are going to fast travel over to the Merryweather test site. Even though ChatGPT never told me this, I'm going to give the player the benefit of the doubt and expect somebody to know that you can spawn a dinghy in through your interaction menu, which you can also spawn your Kosatka in through. Unfortunately, the AI never told me this, but at the same time, I don't really want to spend 2 years recording today's video. So, yeah, as I said, let's just give the player the benefit of the doubt and pretend that they knew you can do this. So, we're going to make our way over to the Merryweather test site. It didn't really tell me anything. All it says is approach vehicle, choose the Kosatka to start the heist from underwater. It does not tell me how to do this mission at all. Now, to be fair, I probably could have asked it how to do this mission, and it would tell me spawn in a dinghy or something, destroy the helicopter in the sky. So I will give ChatGPT a little bit of credit here. I didn't really ask it anything, and I could have. But for now, we're just going to use our dinghy because we're a newer player. We don't have a lot of money. Well, I died once. I got to be honest, this is not an easy setup for a beginner. You're going to die, you're going to spawn on a jet ski, and at least the nice thing is when you spawn on the jet ski, you are able to, you know, like pick up the sonar jammer when you died. But now you got to make your way all the way back to the Kosatka, avoiding a bunch of people trying to kill you. So, yeah, not the easiest mission. I will definitely say, as a new player, you will struggle on this mission. It is not an easy one, especially with all the guards. I remember when I started playing GTA on my Broke to Millions account with a pretty crappy weapon, I absolutely sucked at doing the setups for this heist because it was pretty tricky doing the Kosatka approach, and yeah, that's something you should keep in mind. So, yeah, not the best option there. But we have made it back to the Kosatka, so our first mission and prep has been completed. Now that I know I have the Sin Sumito Tequila as my main target, I've asked the AI what are the preps I should do, and it has told me that as the approach vehicle, obviously we already did the Kosatka. Then it said equipment, choose the following preps: a fingerprint cloner, cutting torch. Okay, that's pretty good. It did not say plasma cutter that I see here, but that's actually kind of interesting. It didn't say plasma cloner. All it says is, it says fingerprint cloner, this is mandatory, and cutting torch. Then it says weapon loadout and infiltration point, compound entry point, escape point. Interesting. So, as of right now, it has not told me to use the plasma cutter. So, I'm going to ask the AI, while I'm doing the setup very quickly, what I should do. The plasma cutter or the demo charges. So, bad news, ladies and gentlemen. I asked ChatGPT, what should I use, plasma cutter or demolition charges? And it replied with an absolutely terrible response. It said, you do not need to do either of these, as the tequila is not stored inside of glass. It says the plasma cutter is required when the primary target is valuable gems, such as the pink diamond or panther statue, which are stored in display case. The plasma cutter allows you to cut through the glass without triggering alarms. Demolition charges are used when the primary target is stored inside a safe, like the Madrazo files or bearer bonds. In your case, the tequila as the primary target, it will be stored in a table or a cabinet with El Rubio's compound. You won't need any special tools to require it. Very interesting. Well, that's clearly not the case. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT one more time. I need to use the plasma cutter or demolition charges. What should I do? There we go. Alright, ChatGPT was able to finally give me the answer I was looking for. I said, you are incorrect. The game tells me I need to use one of the options. Which should I use? It says, apologies for the confusion. In that case, I would recommend using the plasma cutter for the Cayo Perico Heist when stealing tequila as the primary target. Plasma cutter is a stealthier option compared to the demolition charges, which can cause noise and potentially alert nearby guards. So there you have it. It took ChatGPT a little bit of effort, but we were able, in the end, to get the correct response. Even though it wouldn't have suggested for us to use the demo charges, I'm glad that it at least told us the right thing to do. It says using the plasma cutter will help maintain a low profile during the heist, allowing you to avoid detection and complete the heist more efficiently. So, not too bad. Alright, I'll take it. I will take it. So, at this point, we have completed at least one of them, the fingerprint cloner. This one's a really easy setup, so it doesn't really require too much effort. Saving a little bit of time here or there is always nice. Unfortunately, ChatGPT does not tell you how to take pictures of the board like this one I just took there off to the side. The game would rather obviously have you walk all the way to the front of the board, take a picture of it, and then obviously that'll waste a bit of time. But overall, it's not the end of the world, and it should be fairly fast. Now, the plasma cutter heist prep is a bit of an annoying one because of the way it works. But if we request our personal vehicle, being the armored Kuruma, this should honestly be fairly easy to complete. Alright, at this point, you're a newer player, you're coming over here, you see a bunch of stuff. Alright, well, obviously these are bad guys, so let's kill them really quickly. There you go, blah blah blah, and... oh, couldn't get that guy, but we gotta steal the plasma cutter, which is somewhere in here. We can drive our car into here. Oh, there you go. Got the plasma cutter. That was fairly easy. We can see a bunch of AI has spawned on us, and we're going to go back to our interaction menu, services, Kosatka, request. Our Kosatka should spawn somewhere around us here, but I got to give the AI credit. It shows us the armored Kuruma, which is an absolutely fantastic vehicle for completing this setup in. Now, one thing the game has, again, not told us about is what vehicle we should use when making our way over to the Kosatka. So as of right now, yeah, I'm in a car. I gotta kind of make my way over there, which is obviously not the most impressive thing ever. Something very nice about the cutting torch setup, which ChatGPT tells us, is that you need the cutting torch specifically to get through the drainage tunnel, which we are going to use as getting into the heist for our setup. So, not too bad. ChatGPT does not tell us to look for a hard hat, neither does the game really anywhere, so we're just gonna walk through here. I see the guards, I'm just gonna try and not get detected by them. Let's see if I can get any of the guards. Hello, good sir, how are you? Oh, and we're detected. Well, unfortunate. I didn't have any advice, so it looks like we are gonna just be clearing these guys. Now, obviously, I did not know that something was gonna explode there. But obviously, this isn't too challenging. These guards are pretty easy to deal with, even as a newer player. It's not too bad. The last toolbox that I have not checked, and there's the cutting torch. Of course, I literally go around the entire thing looking for the cutting torch, and it's always the last one. Alright, well that's pretty easy. Now we're just going to get back in our armored Kuruma, so let's go request our vehicle really quick. And yeah, this was super easy. So once again, we're going to do the same thing. There's AI spawning on me, but because we get an armored vehicle out, we shouldn't have to worry at all about the AI really trying to hurt us. We're in our armored Kuruma, and now we are bulletproof. Once again, great choice. Now here's a bit of a weird thing. I asked the AI what is the best weapon choice I should choose when completing the heist, and it says conspirator loadout. It includes a suppressed SMG and a suppressed pistol, which are ideal for stealth gameplay. That is not a SMG, that is a rifle. The obviously Saboteur features the SMG and the pistol. So incorrect from the game there. It's telling me to pick Saboteur, but what it actually wants me to pick is Conspirator. But I actually agree, weirdly enough, even though the game's wrong and it wants me to pick something with the SMG, I think it's really a good option because of the fact it carries the rifle. Something else ChatGPT really hurt us with is Merryweather HQ. It did not give me advice on whether I should stick with Merryweather HQ or I should restart the mission. It didn't tell me anything about that, so as of right now, we're going to go to the Merryweather one, which is going to take about 10 years longer than the other version of the mission. Weapons have been gathered. Took a bit of time because obviously I had to follow Merryweather and do the mission that took about 10 freaking years, but we were able to finally complete the prep and make our way to the heist. So there you have it. We have done all the mandatory setups. All of it's done. So the game was not the most intuitive on what I needed to do, but you know what? I will give ChatGPT credit for now. It wasn't awful. Now, I asked what options I should pick as a solo player. The game told me, obviously, to use the Kosatka, infiltration point being the drainage tunnel. Then for compound entry point, also drainage tunnel, because it doesn't matter. Escape point also does not matter, so I just, whatever. Time of day. We got day and night. It did not tell me what time of day to use. It did go down to disrupt weapons. Armor, air support, complete these optional preps to weaken the island's defenses. So we could do that. It says additional loot during the gather intel, scope out. So it does not say to use a higher support crew or any of these. I'm not going to use a weapon loadout because, let's be real, it's kind of a waste. So it doesn't tell me to use it anyway. It just says disrupt weapons. So we're not going to do that. Let's start up the heist and see exactly what we need to do here. Now, something I should point out that I did ask the AI, which is a very important question, is because I am doing the Kosatka entrance, we've scoped out the area and we've looked for our targets, which it obviously told us to do earlier. However, the entrance through the drainage tunnel, usually if you don't have targets that are inside the office, you don't want to pick this entrance because of the fact, or not this entrance, but the vehicle. You usually want to pick the long fin and then enter through the drainage tunnel, because at that point you can grab your targets first, then start up the heist. As of now, we are going to grab our heist primary target first, which it says. If we take a look at what it says, I asked specifically, as you suggest using the Kosatka for the approach, how should I get secondary targets? It says, scope out secondary targets, which we did. Infiltrate the island using the Kosatka's underwater approach, which we're doing. It says, complete the primary objective, which we're going to do. Then it's going to say, after leaving the compound, you can now focus on collecting secondary targets. Plan a route that allows you to efficiently visit the buildings containing the targets you identified in the Gather Intel mission. Maintain stealth and escape. So, honestly, I don't think the game's all too wrong on that. It gave me a pretty solid answer. That's exactly how I learned to do it when I first started playing. Now, we actually do have suppressors on my weapon, I guess. Interesting. I did not know that your weapons come with suppressors, but it sounds like they actually do. Alright, I'm surprised. I thought your weapons, you had to pay for suppressors. Alright, well, the more you know, ladies and gentlemen, your weapons come automatically suppressed. I thought you had to pay for suppressors. Looks like you don't. Okay. Let's keep on making our way through. Here we are. Oh, I'm a little stuck, but let's keep making our way up, around. That because guards can see dead bodies now, this is going to be a lot more challenging than it normally would. If that juggernaut sees that dead body, which it probably will, what's going to end up happening is that we are going to have to try and get these secondary targets while guards are killing us, which is, let's be real, not going to be very fun. And there you have it. We have been detected by the guards. Most likely that would be the juggernauts finding the dead body. So a bit unfortunate. Cloning is done. Now we just have to make our way down inside. Here we go. Now, to be fair, I never asked ChatGPT how you make your way through the main compound, but I guarantee if I did, ChatGPT would say, make your way into the main building inside of his compound. Once you made your way into the building, put your code in on the fingerprint scanner. That's pretty common sense stuff, and I feel like most players will figure this out by the first time they try the heist, so I didn't really bother asking ChatGPT that one, but I'm pretty sure we would have gotten a pretty logical response. We've gotten our main targets. Let's go back up this way, because I don't know what the gate keys do. Game didn't tell me. All right, let's get a clear there. Let's get a clear here. Let's eat some snacks. All right, let's use some armor. That's something I would expect most players to understand. And we've made our way to the escape point. That was pretty easy. Okay, so I'm a newer player. I figured that out. Not too bad. At this point, things are going to become very, very sketchy, because we obviously want to get our secondary targets, which we're going to try and do, but, well, oh wow, my aim is not incredibly good here. Getting the secondary targets is going to be a lot more challenging due to the fact of how this is going to work. So, we're going to start off by making our way over to main dock, which is where we said we're going to get our stuff, so we're going to try and do that very quick. There you go, hit that guy, squeeze on through here. All right. Now, making your way to main dock can be very, very simple if you jump off-road here. Unfortunately, again, you're not going to learn this with ChatGPT, but I'm going to pretend that you did know this, because let's be real, if you didn't, you're probably going to die and never complete the heist. So we made our way through here. We're going to make our way to the first target. Keep on going down the road. All right, keep on going, keep on going. We got an AI right here. Oh, we got him. Okay, nice. Let's run him over a little bit. Let's get up, and now we're going to have to clear him, so let's get out our gun. All right, not too bad. Now we're going to open up this gate here. Let's see. All right, well, we managed to grab our stuff. Now we just got to make our way out of here alive. I see that there's guards all over. Oh, boy. Oh, that's not good. There's another guard in the back. I can see there's a guard over here, so let's just, oh, I missed it. There you go. Got that guard. Okay, looks like there's another guard right over here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That sucks. Either way, let's keep on going. Now we're going to make our way over here. Let's just run through. Oh, and we're dead. There you go. Our first attempt, we have already died trying to make our way through with a wanted level, which is obviously not good. Yep, there you have it. Our first attempt, we have failed. What's going to happen now is it's going to spawn us right at the beginning, and we got to do it all again from where we grabbed our secondary target. So, let's make our way back, see if it works the second time. Oh, Okay, we are now grabbing our secondary target, which is the cash. Once we grab this cash, we are out. How is this going to work out? Well, I guess we're going to find out. I wasn't even able to completely fill my bag, which kind of sucks, and there's a lot of guards on me here. Let's get this guard. Oh boy, oh boy. There are so many guards, and this gun is not helping me all too much. Let's run through here. Come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Alright, we are alive. Let's get you. Let's eat some snacks. Okay, okay. In the water we go. We are alive in the water, which is actually quite important. I'm just gonna swim at this point because we're still alive. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, this is not very fun. I'm gonna be honest. This is incredibly unfun, but I'm a newer player. I've got no clue what I'm doing. We are alive. We still got some snacks left and some armor. Not that much, but at least we are swimming. Oh boy. Welcome to the Cayo Perico Heist, ladies and gentlemen, where if you're a newer player and you're listening to ChatGPT, it might not be as effective as you think it might be. Oh man, okay, we're out of snacks pretty soon, I bet. And there you have it, heist completed. So, overall, if I were to rank ChatGPT on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give it a 7 out of 10. It's honestly higher than I was expecting to give it. On the majority of questions I asked, it had a very easy and simple, quick response that helped me out. If I was a new player and didn't understand which setups I should do, honestly, it didn't give me awful options. It didn't say get the Valium, you know, it actually gave me decent choices. It gave me the correct route and what to do with the setups I had. We had a problem with the plasma cutter. After asking it to fix that, it did. So overall, there was a couple problems, like not being up to date on its information is a bit of a problem. As well, ChatGPT not really understanding that the long fin is a better approach in general, another unfortunate problem. So there were a couple problems here and there. I had to ask ChatGPT specific questions that only a lot of more experienced players would know rather than a new player. But still, I was able to get a pretty decent result out, able to finish the heist and make a $1.1 million finish just from what it told me to do. So not too bad. I will give it a 7 out of 10 as I said. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about today's video idea. If you'd like to see ChatGPT telling me other things to do in the future, let me know. But hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.